Testing, testing. All right, now I have the volume up, so you should be able to hear me. Okay, hello everyone. It's Tuesday night. Yep, Tuesday. Okay, I'm just gonna take a deep breath here. I've been running around all day. I have no idea where the time goes, but it is like I couldn't believe it was 4 o'clock, and then 7:30. Now it's 8:30 already. Time is just speeding up so quickly. Today's topic. So the Be Brilliant call. Thank you for joining. It is being recorded, so you can just close your videos down if they're open and just keep on mute. Today's topic, we're going to talk about fear and anxiety. I am getting a lot of calls from a lot of people suffering from that. Some people have gone beyond it and just realized, I'm trusting life, but there's a lot of people who are in the fear, and it kind of goes in waves where they can feel very calm and feel very secure, but either they're waking up in a panic in the middle of the night, or just out of the blue they'll have a fearful thought, and sometimes it can be a strange fearful thought, like an old memory popping up, something that happened to them as a child that made them fearful, and now I'm an adult, so why am I being fearful over that? And sometimes it can just be general fear, like the fear of not being good enough, the fear of failing as a parent, the fear of not doing a good job, the fear of finances, the fear of being alone, the fear of having no friends, the fear of not fitting in, the fear of the unknown, the fear of, COVID is being bombarded by it's endless, right? So we're being bombarded by so many different things. Plus, we have our own personal purging happening. And we're in a very accelerated timeline right now, which is good, but it's very uncomfortable because all that stuff that has been in our field for lifetimes and many lifetimes is starting to heal. And as it heals, it can be a very uncomfortable feeling. So for people who are on these types of calls, who are looking to self-improve, your healing's actually more accelerated than someone who's not quite awakened yet, doesn't understand any of this stuff, doesn't realize that they can control their reality, they can self-improve. So there's two ways to go through life. It's, being the victim of having life come at you and just thinking you have no ability to get out of it, you have no control, it's just that's what it is. And then there's people who are taking more of an active control of their life, saying, I can change me to become something better. And when you start to do that, your guide, your soul knows your soul journey, so you start to open up. And the awakening process can be very uncomfortable because you really start to look inside, and then once you start realizing I create my own reality, it's kind of scary because I'm thinking, wow, all those crazy thoughts I had, like that must have made my life as crazy as it was. And yeah, and sometimes when you look back, you kind of have that self-reflection, you can kind of look back and say, wow, I created all those things that happened to me throughout my life. Gosh, I was not a good creator, but I was creating my life by being unconscious in programs, having a lot of interference that I didn't know about. So as we start to heal, we start to pull out that interference that's around us. So it could be old traumas, old experiences, things we've seen in movies, things we've heard from when we were born to age 7. That's a lot of the imprinting and programs that are in the background, running in the background. They're almost like codes. And the codes say, this is what's happening in my life. So they're running in the background, and I can be trying to hit my goal and I'm veering off path, fearful, feeling like I can't do it, but I don't know why, because I am a good person. I treat people kindly. So why is my life not going where it's supposed to? But until we start to pull away all those things that affect who we are, so we go back to our authentic self, then we have more of a beeline to where we want to go, or where we're meant to go. Because we all kind of come in with a program, contracts of what we want to do in this lifetime. And that's kind of that call of your heart when you know you should be doing something more. Like, I just know this isn't just what I'm supposed to be doing. There's something more. So that's getting rid of the interference so you can feel that call of your heart. Now, the beautiful thing is that fear, anxiety, and worry can be conquered. And now, when I say conquered, it's chipping away at the mountain slowly. Sometimes our fears can be very small, but sometimes they can be very big. But when you bring in one fearful thought, another one will follow, another one will follow, another one will follow. And what will happen is you'll be like lowering your vibration into fear. Now, what I want to do is just show a few quick slides on fear and kind of help you realize that how to kind of break it up. Because just know you are truly magnificent already. Everything that you need, you have. Most of us are only using 30% of our innate smart system to heal our bodies because of our programming, because what we've been taught, how we're told that our bodies that, no, you need to go here and here to get this, this, and this, and then you feel better. But healing comes from within. Healing comes from the state of mind. And then your bodies can do miraculous things. So as we start to raise up in consciousness as a human consciousness, we're going to start noticing that people are going to have more miracles happening. And you're already seeing it. You hear about miracle healings all the time, and they're getting more and more prominent, which is beautiful. It's because people are starting to tap into the magnificence within them. So we're really in a beautiful time, although sometimes it doesn't feel so comfortable. And, I don't watch the news, but I hear it from other people. But I think there's a third variant coming. And I just, when I meditate, I don't feel that's true. I feel like, oh, here we go, another scare tactic at Christmas time or just holiday season where people are starting to get, happy and want to gather. Let's make everyone sad again with yet another wave. So, but it can be fearful because it's been our field for so long. It's like, 2 years now? I kind of lost count. It's like the new norm, just live in high stress all the time. But high stress doesn't let your body heal. If you're in stress all the time, your body's using resources for stress, not for healing. And we want to switch that around as we're healing, letting go of the stress, the fear, and allowing that anchor of love in our heart that connects us to Source, God, the universe, that creative source energy that we all belong to. And once you have that connection, anything that comes at you can't make you fearful, can't make you anxious, can't make you worried. Or if it does, you can snap out of it faster. So staying in that connection is key. And sometimes it kind of makes us believe that we might have to be a little more isolated. Because if you go out and you can feel the fear and you hear people talking about it and you hear it's everywhere, like how do you stay level-headed and in peace when it's all around you? So sometimes you kind of have to detach and kind of go inward, which isn't such a bad thing, but there's kind of a balance, and you want to kind of find your balance. A lot of people I know need their quiet space. They can go out, but then they need to kind of regroup with themselves and balance and get themselves back to where they need to be. So today, thank you for taking the time to join the call. I do 3 of these per month. The December schedule is not out yet, but I'm thinking there'll be probably 2 before Christmas and then 1 kind of in between Christmas and New Year's, kind of to recover from the hustle and bustle of everything. What we're going to do today, again, what we have been doing the last few sessions is not only getting a personal healing, and when that energy is coming through for the healing, it's really healing at the mental, the emotional, the quantum level, and it trickles down to the physical level. And that's why you can get a healing at the physical level through a distance healing, because we're all connected. So the energy can travel because it doesn't really know time or distance. It's going to do whatever it needs to for you. So although there's a few people on the call, you're all in your individual silos, getting your own healing, because the energy that comes through knows who you are. We all have something called a soul signature. We are loved unconditionally by the creative source. We are all connected. We're a part of it. And we are all magnificent. So we're going back and we're getting that healing that we need, and we're allowing. So the healing energy that will come through is a created, it kind of creates a healing space, but I can't force that onto you. I just make it available through the gift of God. And it's up to your higher self, your soul, to take what you need to heal at the physical, emotional, mental layer. And what we're also going to do, we always add in a clearing of your auric field, your biofield, the meridian systems, the chakras, all that just happens so natural, and anything else that needs to be pulled away. The way I can explain it is like there's an icky layer around everyone, and that whatever it is, it's just full of stuff. And say if you had a trauma when you were younger and you don't even remember it, not the full trauma is going to come out in the healing. A percentage of that trauma, a percentage of things that may have hurt you, or you've seen people get hurt. We've all been through lots. We live on planet Earth. It's a very dense planet with lots of fear-based, not so nice things that happen here. Although there's a lot of beautiful things that happen on this planet. And what we're going to see over this ascension process is, as we're moving forward to a higher level of consciousness, is that fear-based energy on the planet is leaving. And actually, it really is leaving. People say, how can it be leaving? Look where we're at right now. It's hanging by a thread. It really is. It's leaving the planet. It knows it's leaving the planet, but it's trying to do as much damage as it can before it goes. So how does it do that? It promotes fear. How does it do that? It promotes it very well. It knows. It's very intelligent energy, although it's negative and it's fear-based, but it knows how humans can be manipulated, be put into fear, and be controlled. But as you start to release that and say, no, 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 this is not going to affect me. I say no to any dark interference. I'm connected by love and light. It starts to lose the grip on you. And as you start to allow more light into your body and you just push away that darkness, you are now adding a beautiful momentum of love and peace and kindness and compassion to the world and the human collective, that you're actually adding a positive momentum, and we're going to shift out of it faster. But what happens is when they feel people shifting, what they do is they have they're everywhere. They start putting up these messages and make everyone believe like something bad is going to happen, and then we lose that connection. We go back into our fear, and then that fear and worry adds to them. It gives them more energy. So they you can hear them laughing almost like, oh, we got them again. No, they don't have us. We are all individuals. We all deserve peace, love, health, happiness, abundance. It's all within us. So don't let that fear overcome you. I know it's easier said than done, but over time you can just kind of look at the fear in the eyes and say, you no longer scare me. I always ask the light and love to just melt it away, and it melts away. But I've been going through my own demons, my own fears for the last 12 years. So I get it. Much easier said than done. It's work. There's no magic wand I can wave to say, okay, you're no longer going to be in fear. You're no longer going to be bothered. It doesn't work that way, because we're all going through our own personal ascension process, our own growth as we move through this. So, so here someone wrote, our mission in this life is to ascend to the 5D. Yeah, so it's leaving the 3D world, the dramas of it, the fear base, the crap that has held humanity so small, and go back to what we really are, which are beautiful beings of light, magnificent, powerful. So we all have that. So let's just start pulling away all that negativity and get to who we truly are, because it feels wonderful when you're there. I want to give a quick illustration. Let me see here if I share my screen, and I think I can do this pretty easily. Give me one sec. I think you can see my screen there. Oh, not really. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So I'm assuming, because I can't see any of you guys right now, that you can see my screen okay. No, I didn't share it yet. Okay, let me do that. Now I'm sharing. Okay, perfect. All right, you should be able to see it now. All right, so The first slide, many of you have seen before, is called a scale of level of consciousness. So where's humanity a lot right now? We are in fear. A lot of us are in fear. So what's happening? That's a very low vibration. When you're in fear, you are going to attract more fearful thoughts, more bad things to you, more worry, anxiety, all that stuff. It is not a nice feeling to be. But actually, the lowest place to be is feeling guilty and shameful for things you've done, things that have whatever. That's even lower. So fear is not such a bad place. You're actually higher than someone who's feeling shame and depression. So, if you're not depressed, and you kind of, a lot of people go from depression to fear, but what we want to do is break the cycle and move up. Anger is actually better than fear. Now you get angry for all the stupid media that's been trying to scare me all this time. So you kind of go through this anger phase. I'm angry for people telling me what to do, whatever. But once you go through the anger stage, you move up to even a higher vibration. So you're moving to pride and courage, and then you're moving up, so you're more neutral and willingness to accept things. And then you get into love, joy, and appreciation. And that's where you're vibrating higher. And when you start to get into those higher vibration, your vibration melts away a lot of the darkness around us, and you're helping the collective move forward. But again, it's kind of a fluctuation. This doesn't mean you're always there. It means where's your average that you hang out. And every time you do a healing, your average gets higher, because we're pulling away that dense energy out of your field, and it doesn't come back. You can always get new stuff, but the stuff we pull away is not coming back. Next, I want to show this slide. So fear is fear. Okay, we get that. But if you are aware, knowledge, and you're doing self-work, most people on this planet don't have awareness that they have any control, that they can create their own reality. So there's about maybe 30% of the population of the world that now understands this. Before, there was only 2%, 3%. It's growing. It's having this popcorn effect. A lot of people are having this awakened feeling like I am more than just something just being thrown over from my environment. So then you start to learn how to gain control of your thoughts. And that's what beautiful meditation's all about. Oops, that slipped all by itself. I'm not done talking slides. So what that's doing is, when you start to learn to meditate, what that's teaching you is awareness and controlling your thoughts. So you're going to think about what you want to think about. Next, face your fears. Fears come in all different things. Like I said, fear of finances, fear of having no friends, fear of not belonging, fear of losing vacation, fear of everything. Everything can be fearful. Fearful going to the dentist, fearful of the boogeyman in the closet that we can't see, fear of the dark, all that, fear of the unknown, fear of the future. Now, learning and believing that you are safe, that's another key point. God, the universe loves you so unconditionally. I have no idea why this keeps switching, but it's adding some humor to me here. So why is it that you're here? You start to believe and know that you're safe. I'm connected with love. When I ask the light to come in, it's always going to come in. At first, I didn't believe it, but the more I asked, the stronger it got. And now anytime I'm in fear, I just ask the light to come in. It demolishes. I feel no more fear. Not to say that fear doesn't creep in, but I have it. I can be aware of it. I catch it fast, and I get rid of it. Now, this will all give you a sense of empowerment and security. And when you have that, you are much more powerful than fear. Fear cannot control you anymore. But again, take baby steps. Now, taking control of your fears, there's solutions of how to do this. Kind of look at it and say, why does the fear exist? Like, why does it exist right now? Where is this coming from? That's not my thought. Where is it coming from? Then recognize, should I be afraid? Is the fear real? Am I in immediate danger? Okay, I get it. If we see a black bear running in our backyard, yeah, I really should be fearful. But should I be fear of a thought that came in saying, there's this new variant coming, it's coming, I don't see it, whatever. I mean, if this thing was that bad, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, obviously it exists, but like the world's population would have been like done by now completely. It is something that's there. It is uncomfortable, but it's not something that you should just focus on all the time, because it's the unknown that's scaring us. So is it immediate danger? No, not immediate danger. So let your body relax, let it heal, let your mind relax. And then when you see a fear, look at it head on. and then it's going to lose its grip. So if you wake up in the middle of the night and you feel like there's something creepy around, which a lot of people have that feeling, you look at it or you sense where it is, and you say, I have no fear. When darkness comes and you're fearful, it grows. But if you look at it and say, I am not scared, I am protected by love and light, it just loses its power and just disintegrates. And once you start to do that, you're going to notice how powerful you truly are in any circumstance, whatever's making you fearful. Now, I want to show you this slide, which I don't know what's going on today. It's just being funny. But here, this is what we are. We're like a cup. Our bodies are who we are. We are the white of this cup. And this is where all our birthright, all the beautiful things that we are. But what happens is we have a fear-based programming, which comes from our evolution to be scared of the saber-toothed tiger in the forest that will keep us alive. So yeah, fear is useful to keep us out of danger. We look both ways when we cross the street so we don't get hit by a car. We need to be aware and be careful of what could hurt us. But we don't have to be constantly in fear. What happens here is as you're doing work, you're going to start breaking that layer of fear programming. And as you do that, your beauty, your inner light is going to start to shine through. And a lot of people who are doing this work, a lot of people will say, wow, you have this light of like of peace and calmness. Well, that's just the inner light shining through because that fear-based programming, not completely gone, but pretty well broken up. So it's under control. And then what you'll see, the more you do it, fear and anxiety become more manageable, and your brilliance starts to shine through. And then over time, you become more peaceful, more calm, more confident. So again, you see the pieces of the fear there, but they're programs that are now starting to break away. It's getting smaller and smaller, more manageable. So I'm just going to stop the slide right there. Actually, I have one more slide I'll show you. Here is when you're in present moment, you're thinking of the moment. There's nothing to be fearful of because right now, why would I have no fear. I'm sitting in front of my computer. I'm completely safe. So now if I start worrying about the future and you start worrying, oh my gosh, am I going to have a job next time? Is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? I'm worrying about the future or I'm regretting the past. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have said that. What's happening is taking you out of your power. Our minds are so silly. They want to go this way, but stay in the present moment. That's where you're powerful. That's where you can look fear head on and then say, okay, I got this. I got this. I am in control. So a lot of people are calling with panic attacks, freaking out. Brett, I can't even talk at this moment. I am freaking out. Okay, so I'm going to show you some things you can do energetically. So a lot of the stuff I taught you today was how you can use your mind to just settle down that ego, settle down the dark interference, settle down all that stuff that bubbles up and makes us uncomfortable. It's self-talk is great. Affirmation, saying I am safe, I am loved. If something bad's happening, I always ask the light, please come in and reveal the truth that's coming out. Show me what I need to do. And I get into a place of calmness before I don't react, I respond. Because if someone's irritating me, something's bothering me, and I'm starting to lose my connection, what is going to happen is I'm going to react and it's going to cause an escalation. But if I kind of balance myself, I do my self work, get myself connected in my heart, then I am now responding where things do not escalate. So I get edged on sometimes. And again, that's probably something in me triggering something, but then I have to be aware of that. And I say, okay, why is this happening? Let me stay and let me respond and kind of like a 3D, not a 3D way, in a 5D. So you kind of switch in and out. Sometimes we get pulled into this drama of this world. And sometimes we look at it like it's a play happening. So when you hear people talking, I just pretend I'm watching a play. I stay neutral. I don't get triggered emotionally. But if I lose that connection, all of a sudden I'm on stage with them. Like, oh yeah, you want to go? Like, no, it doesn't really happen anymore. But I'm thinking back in the day when I used to get edged on by people. I'm pretty tough. I might be small, but don't walk all over me. So that part of me used to come up. So it was like, okay, taming that beast within me. Not to say if you're spiritual, that you can't stick up for yourself. You're not supposed to be a doormat. Now, don't be a doormat. That was something I had to learn. I was the doormat, thinking that was part of being spiritual. Totally wrong. You have every right to stand up for yourself in the way you should be respected and treated. But what I'm saying is we can do it in a compassionate way, and the word no goes a long way when it's done with power, not force, but power behind it. So I'm just trying to talk and read some of the messages here. And then I want to show you some energetic things you can do. And yeah, the ego is quite the crazy thing. You know, the ego, I believe, from my experience, and again, everything I say, just take it with a grain of salt. This is my understanding. I have my perceptions, my belief systems. So just take what resonates and ignore what doesn't. But the ego, to me, represents the dark, the thing that has been plaguing humanity for thousands of years, and it plays on us, and it knows our weaknesses. And even when we're happy, it flares up, and we calm it down. It flares up when we least expect it. Being aware of it and shutting it down, saying it's false, that is not who I am. I am kind, I'm compassionate, I am love. It just melts it away. But you have to be on top of it, because if it goes at you and you're not paying attention because you're worrying about the future, it gets so big, it's hard to get out of it, and you can drop really into depression very quickly. Take it from someone who's been down there many, many times. I had to claw myself back up. Now I don't let myself go down there. I hate going down there. It's an awful feeling, but sometimes I'll dip a little bit and say, okay, but so as we're learning, sometimes we hit that place and have to crawl out, but just be kind to yourself, forgive yourself, and know where you are is perfect and evolving. It's a journey, a personal journey. There's nowhere that you need to be. Where you are is perfect. And it's kind of like, it's a lifetime thing. So we're always learning and growing. So if anxiety creeps up on you throughout the day, because we have fearful thoughts, there's a quick fix to anxiety. Now, some people will say, Brenda, it works like a charm. Other people will say, Brenda, I have to do it many, many times. Everything that we do has a part to do with belief system. So I know this works. The more you do it, it gets stronger, because you're going to start to notice and feel a change. As you do that, you're going to believe in it more, and then you're going to do it and you're starting to feel the effects more. So there's the eye, the bone under your eye. If you tap in there, now let's say if I was freaking out, oh my God, like, nothing's working out for me, everything's hard. I'm tapping in there. Then you have your collarbone. You have this thing called like the K2s, or it's a soft spot. You want to tap right in there really hard, because you're pushing out energy. And then kind of where a bra strap would be, and then back to here. As you're doing that, this is a quick fix for anxiety and worry and stress. Here, 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 and here. When you're tapping, you can yell and scream and cry if that makes you feel good. They say that's really a great release. I can do it that way. I can do it very silently. It works either way. The more you do that, that could bring you from a level 10 to maybe just a level 9. Do it again. It's going to bring you down from a level 9. Maybe you're going to jump to a level 7. There you go. Sometimes just really push hard. And you're kind of pushing out that stale, stuck energy. As we are healing, we have so much repressed in our field from this lifetime and other lifetimes. And as it bubbles up in waves, sometimes we can feel really good and all of a sudden feel like we just crashed down. Well, what that is, sometimes it's part of this healing that's coming up. And all these old memories of your childhood or trauma you may have saw on TV, even scary movies, are coming up. Well, we want to acknowledge that. You don't want to repress it. You want to acknowledge it. I am feeling fearful. I don't understand exactly where this is coming from. I don't like the feeling, but I know I am safe. And right now, I'm feeling so uncomfortable by this feeling. I'm going to help tap it away. I'm tapping it away, and I'm saying I am safe. And this fearful thought means nothing. I give it no energy. I acknowledge it, but I'm letting it go. And then you can kind of just do it, blow away, pull it away, just kind of just go intuition with your intuition on how you want to push it away. But asking the light, giving permission to the light who loves us all so much. They're here for us. The way, actually, I was doing a healing on someone the other day, and they're very connected. They saw the entire room fill up with beings of light. And they said they've never seen so many. I feel them. I don't necessarily always see them, but they said, wow, like There's so much help. That was my guides and their guides working together to give this person a healing. We are so loved. We are being just urged to get better. Now, the thing is, we all have free will. So these beings of light are on standby for humanity. So anyone who calls them in can use them. And you can use them for anything, any feeling you're having. I remember I was taught by one teacher, and now I realize that the girl was so unhealthy and she was teaching me something. And she was saying that my issues were not big enough to ask for help. This is what she said. And it didn't feel right in my heart, but I didn't want to challenge her in classroom. So I sat quietly saying, I'm not coming back to this class because it's just stupid. But she said that none of us had any problems in like Canada that were of any circumstance to ask for the light to help. So just suck it up. And I was like, no, I totally disagree. We all have our guides that love us. And even if it's a small fear that comes up, and you're feeling a little scared, ask for the help. They're there. They're wanting to help you. I ask all day long, and I haven't been punished for asking. I know that never to be true, would never happen, but I'm just saying everyone has their own perception. So when I'm talking, if it resonates with you, great. But if it doesn't, then it's not your truth, which is completely fine. But I mean, a lot of people put a lot of emphasis on people who are their teachers. Well, you know what? Then we have to be discerning on what feels right to you. The what feels right to me is we are all connected. We are loved unconditionally. And it is the power of this beautiful energy that wants us all to heal. We are all powerful. Our thoughts matter. We think that our thoughts don't matter, but everyone who has positive thoughts adds to the collective. Our negative thoughts add to the collective in a different way. And don't be upset like, oh, I put all this worry out there. That's okay. We've all put our share of worry out there. But in those moments of peace, when you feel good, that's when you start sending out love to this beautiful world and all the existence and everything and everyone that needs help. That's when you're feeling good, send out positive energy because you are doing so much. And now with all this yapping I've been doing, I realize, wow, I should start with the healing before I just talk this whole session away. Okay, so how does this work for those of you who are new? We're just going to get comfortable. You're going to either lay down, sit down. Actually, I like laying down because if you fall asleep, it is completely fine. It's still going to work. This energy that's going to come through is pure love and light. It's just intelligent. It knows. It's beyond words. Sometimes it's so beautiful. It creates tears in my eyes because I just feel so much love as it comes through. So it's going to be given to everyone on the call. I set out the intention that it will also be available to anyone in your household, including pets. It is up to them, their higher selves, to take it. So you don't have to tell them about it. They could be doing homework, washing dishes. Their higher self will sense it and take it if it's something that's appropriate for them. We will also send love and light to this planet Earth. So at some point, I start to visualize planet Earth, and all our energy collectively is putting a beautiful bubble of love and light to help those who don't understand that they have the power within to feel better. There's a lot of people who are in very dark places at this time. So we're going to send even Mother Earth, all the animals, water on this planet, a beautiful energy as well. And then if you are worried about someone, whether for whatever reason, and they're not in your household, you can send that energy. So this energy is intelligent. It listens to your intention. So if you have someone in Europe that you're worried about, ask the energy to be delivered to that person, to be made available to that person. Again, we can't force that person to take it, but it'll be available and they'll take it. And then we wonder if this energy's around, why don't we all just self-heal immediately? Well, that's where that could be a whole other topic about where we are such complicated beings that there are ancestral ties, family constellation issue, cores, this, that, past lives that affect our upbringing, programs, things like that, psychological reversals, all this stuff in the background that we aren't aware of. But we don't really have to be aware of it because when we're healing, our higher selves pull away whatever's ready and safely ready to go. And that's one layer, then gone. Next time you do another session, another layer comes up, and now that's gone. And as you start to lift that dense, crappy stuff away, your magnificence starts to shine through. You have more calm and peace, and you're more connected. And you might not notice it, but your friends will start to notice it before you. And sometimes you're not going to like the conversations they have. It's just going to be, this is too negative. I can't be in this group. I'm just going to like, and not that you're better. It's not that. It's just sometimes your energy just gets a little frustrated with it. Or you can just sit quietly and just send love to your friends while they're doing their thing. So yeah, anyway, we're going to start. I'm going to drink some water, get comfortable. When I'm done, we're going to go for about 22 minutes. If I stop talking, I'm going to use a singing bowl, which will kind of push out the negative energy. And then I'll end the call shortly after. If you have a hard time sleeping, that's part of the healing. Some of you will sleep like a baby. We'll put the intention to sleep well, but some of us heal in different ways. Might be burping all night or going to the bathroom, whatever it is. Just allow for it to happen. That's your way of healing. We're all very different. Okay, I'm going to put on music and we'll begin. All right, that was a marathon of talking today. Here we go. Okay, I'm just going to put it a little louder. I'm going to share the music so it sounds better. And here we go. All right, enjoy everyone. Have a peaceful night and enjoy this beautiful, loving energy that loves you so incredibly. okay, everyone, it's done. The energy is going to continue working for 4 or 5 days. Drink plenty of water. You might be extremely thirsty. That's okay. That's normal. Just drink, 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 because those just removing toxins from your body. So you can't drink enough. Trust me. Just drink, drink, drink. It's okay. Even if you're waking up in the middle of the night and drinking, it can be bothersome, but it's part of the healing process. So just go with it. You might be very hungry. Again, I always say if you get a craving, it's probably because your body needs it, as it's going through a lot. So the way I can explain, so we released a lot of dense energy. Now your 3D body is going to catch up to the new level of higher vibration. Our 3D bodies are dense, so that transition, as it's doing its thing, it needs energy, it needs sleep, it needs water. So just allow for it. You can make it more powerful by giving that energy permission to do whatever's needed. We're all on our own soul's journey. Our higher self is guiding our process. So it's very unique to you on what leaves, on how it leaves, how you feel. So we're all very unique, but there's no right or wrong. So just go with it. Most of you will have kind of the same experience, but sometimes experiences can be different depending on what was up in that layer for release. So if anyone has any questions, I'll stay here and just read the chat. But I think I talked so much at the beginning. It's past 9:30. I'll let you all get a good rest. So if I start talking, I won't stop. So I'm just going to keep it quiet. All right, that was very lovely. I enjoyed that one. It was very, very intense. Beautiful. Oh, and actually, I'm starving. So I'm going to go and get something very yummy to eat. I kind of look forward to that. That's my treat after doing something like this. I'm just starving. All right, thank you everyone for joining. I will send out the replay for those who registered, even if you didn't attend. You can watch it again at your convenience. You can share it if you want. And the dates for December will go through as well. I think I'm going to be putting on a Saturday during the day or a weekend one, just to make things easier for some people who can't seem to make the evening ones. And we'll go from there. Eventually, one day I'll send out a poll as I want to ask some questions, but I just don't know where the time goes. It's just been so busy lately. It's just like time's going so quickly. Anyway, enjoy your peaceful night. Again, for those of you who don't sleep well, don't worry about it. It's healing. Just look at it. Just all perception. I'm not sleeping that great because I'm healing. And if you look at it that way, it's not so bad. Read a book if you need to, or do something to calm yourself down. The other thing is some of you are going to sleep like a rock. So that's always a nice way too, right? So we're all very different. Thank you for the notes today, Julian. It's very interesting. I'm going to go read it again. And yeah, send me over that. I know you mentioned that you had some ceremony. Yeah, send it over. I can always share that on my the Facebook site. So I do have a private Facebook page. I admit I am like pretty bad at social media, so I apologize. I don't post anything, but one day I keep saying I'm going to or get an assistant. I don't know what to do. It's just there's not enough time in a day. I would love to do so many other things. It's just getting the momentum to do that. But I can always share that on the Facebook group for those who are interested. Also, I may put on another session with more tapping techniques on how you can kind of push that negative energy, because you're all very powerful beings and you can heal yourselves. And if you're having a problem sleeping, another good tip, which I forgot to mention, is if you're laying on your back and you cross your arms on your chest and cross your ankles in any way you're comfortable. And if you lay on your back for as long as you can, some people can do it for 30 seconds. So, as I'm a side sleeper too, but if you can, stay as long as you can. What that position does, it does allow universal energy to come through your body and relax you. Usually if my daughter says, I can't sleep, Mom, I'll say, just lay on your back, cross over, and she'll fall asleep within 30 seconds. It's just phenomenal how it works. All right, everyone, have a peaceful night. I'm going to end the call. It's always a pleasure, and we'll connect in December. Yeah, wow. All right, have a good night. Thank you.